Hey Hoopheads, Brad here with another breakdown, and today I want to talk about the Raptors' 122-112 win over the Wolves. This was Fred VanVleet's first game back, and he led the Raptors with 29 points on 11 of 16 shooting with 4 steals. Lowry had 28 points on 10 of 17. Norm had 20 again. Siakam had 4 blocks. McCaw had a steal and 3 blocks. A nice defensive game from everyone. Let's get into it. Toronto's defense in the first quarter was abysmal as they gave up 39 points, and you could tell their effort was low, their rotations were slow, guys weren't getting out, a lot of open shots, and a lot of semi-contested shots that the Wolves just drained too. On this play, as Wiggins attacks Fred off the dribble, you can see Gasol coming over to help, but you also see Lowry coming over to help at the same time, and that's going to leave Lowry's guy wide open for 3. And help defense is important, but you need to make sure that you're not over-helping. This is one of the Raptors' few good defensive plays from the first quarter. As Wiggins gets the ball, you can see OG putting a lot of pressure on him. Gasol ends up switching out onto him, gets a hand up, then Wiggins throws the pass and tries to backdoor Gasol, but Gasol with the great hands and anticipation. One of the best positional players in the league, you're not going to get that past him. The defense finally started to pick up towards the end of the first quarter, and here you see the Raptors in a zone, and watch how they adjust as the ball moves around the perimeter. Terrence Davis cuts off the drive of Josh Okogie, and as McLaughlin tries to drive, Serge is able to poke it away. That's going to be a turnover. And now on the screen, Serge is in nice position to contain Culver while Rondae gets back into the play. And then as Culver attacks, Rondae with the great strip, great hands. McCaw's on Josh Okogie, and he's going to pass the ball to Culver. Serge is going to go up to him, and then McCaw cuts all the way to the other side of the court to cut off the drive. The ball goes back to Okogie, and Norm Powell has already rotated over to him. Rondae goes over to the corner. A really great defensive possession unfolding, but as the ball goes to the right side, check out Terrence Davis turn his head, and you can see he's lost track of the guys on the perimeter, and he doesn't know which side this pass is going to be going to. The shot doesn't go in, but that's the sort of mental mistake that you might not notice in a game, but that does lead to other people getting played over a guy like Terrence Davis. And it's normal for guys to struggle on D, especially as rookies. Now the Raptors in his zone again. The pass goes to the free throw line. Jang tries to put it up, but great block from behind by McCaw. Jang recovers, but now it's Fred VanVleet with the strip, and he's going to take it coast to coast, finishing with the left hand high off the glass, and the Raptors have definitely missed that the last little while. Here, as Wiggins comes off the screen, Serge is in nice position so Wiggins can't turn the corner and get into the lane. The ball goes to the left wing, and as Jang hands it off to Wiggins, Serge is in great position again to contain him. Now Wiggins with the skip pass, and as he throws this, Lowry's going to close out to the elbow, and Siakam's going to cross all the way to the far corner. And not only does Siakam get a hand up, but he actually blocks the shot as well. And it's not just the block shot. Check out Lowry. As the ball's in the air, he goes to corral it. And if he doesn't do that, Keita Bates-Diop is just going to pick it up and go inside for an easy basket. Plus Fred with a nice hustle to track it down. And that's what defense is all about, multiple efforts. And now the Wolves pushing it in transition. Serge finds himself on Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins blows by him, but Lowry is in the lane to take the charge. He's the master of that. And now on this play, Fred and Pascal are going to switch the first screen, and that means Fred winds up on Karl Anthony Towns. Obviously a huge mismatch. The Wolves try to go to it, but as they work the ball, Marc Gasol switches onto Towns. Now it's not a mismatch anymore. The Wolves go back to the top, and you can see the offense grind to a halt for a second while the Wolves try to figure out what to do now. Eventually, Towns comes up to set another screen. The ball goes to Wiggins, and he's going to travel as he puts it on the deck. Now we see just a really nice challenge as Napier tries to take it at Marc Gasol. On this play, the Wolves are going to work some two-man game on the left wing. And as Towns comes up to set screen, check out the way Gasol steps up to the sideline to force the action back towards the middle to where the help is. Lowry's in nice help position, and then he runs Wiggins off the three-point line. Norm and Gasol are there to deter Wiggins. The ball goes to Towns, and then Gasol just giving him a lot of body, and Siakam comes down to help with the huge block. Great help defense that whole possession from the Raptors. And on this play, Wiggins is just going to curl off the screen. You can see Gasol communicating with OG. He wants the switch, and he steps up and gives Wiggins a really nice shot challenge in the lane. And now Wiggins gives OG a backdoor cut, and as this pass is thrown over the top, check out where Fred and Lowry are, and check out where they are when Wiggins catches the ball. They close down that space so quickly, really impressive. Then off the ensuing inbound, OG pressuring at the top. The ball goes to Covington, then Towns with a great pass to Wiggins on a nice cut, but Siakam is there to shut it down at the rim. A really great block. The Wolves recover it, go back out to the wing, and Siakam gives another nice high shot contest. Great effort on that sequence by Pascal Siakam. Now Gasol and Fred wind up switching this first screen. It's Fred on Towns again, and once again the Raptors switch off ball so that it's OG on Cat instead of Fred. The Wolves try to catch him sleeping and swing it to the other side, but Fred does a good job of getting out and running Covington off the line. He takes the mid-ranger instead. It is a wide open shot, but it's better than getting it to Cat with Fred on him, or better than letting Covington shoot that wide open corner three. This play is almost nothing. As Karl-Anthony Towns catches the ball, Gasol's going to come up because he's a great shooter. And as Towns attacks, Siakam is just going to take 1 or 2 steps over, and that's enough to disrupt the drive. You can tell Towns wasn't expecting it, and he throws it out of bounds. And that little bit of effort is sometimes the difference between a wide open dunk and a turnover. Now the Wolves pushing it in transition. The Raptors give a pretty good shot contest. The rebound goes to Towns, and Lowry, Fred, and Gasol converge on him. Fred able to rip it away, and OG diving on the floor. Love to see that kind of hustle. Those are winning basketball plays that are all effort. And speaking of effort, the Raptors give pretty good defense on this play, but I want to talk about the rebound that happens. As soon as the shot goes up, you can see Lowry making his way under the basket. You can see Fred pushing Covington under the basket as much as he can without fouling. And first, Lowry gets a hand on it to prevent Covington getting a clean catch. Then Fred swipes it out of Covington's hands as Gasol crowds him. That means Lowry's the only one who can pick it up. That lets him get a head of steam as he goes coast to coast and finishes for the and one. And that's the Raptors making multiple efforts on the rebound, and that's what it takes to win at the highest level. And now on this play, OG and Gasol are going to switch the initial action. Wiggins pulls it back out to go at Gasol, and as he drives, you can see Pascal stunt towards him, then retreat back to his man. He gets a nice shot contest on the Covington three. Good box out by Gasol, pinning Cat under the basket, and then the Raptors take it down the other way. Norm waits for Lowry to catch up. He drains a three from the elbow. He was white hot. And then all business, Lowry hustles back on D. Great pressure on Okogie. Norm runs Covington off the three-point line, and then Lowry picks his pocket. Norm corrals it, and he's going to take it all the way to the other end, going through 2 defenders for the easy bucket. And in past years, I guarantee you Norm would have got stripped, but he's improved his game so much. Now OG applying a little pressure on the perimeter. Jeng comes up to set the screen, and the pass goes to the corner. Siakam closes out hard to Covington, gets right up in his business. A lot of pressure. Covington tries to take him baseline, but Kyle is there with the great help. Good work avoiding the foul from both of the guys here, and that's nice positional defense. Now off the inbound, the ball goes to Wiggins, and OG just completely shuts him down, not getting anything, almost forces a turnover. Wiggins eventually realizes that's a dead end. The ball swings all the way to the other side, and Lowry with a nice closeout, low in his stance. That allows him to stay with Okogie as he drives into the lane. Bothers the shot a little bit, and that's another stop for the Raptors D. And now with time running out in the third quarter, action's at the top, but check out Serge on Towns here, and Terrence Davis is right there. And as Towns comes up to set the screen, instead of Serge going with him, Terrence Davis is going to go with him so that he can switch on to a perimeter ball handler instead of Serge getting ghosted by whoever has it. Towns then turns to set the screen for Covington as he comes up. The Raptors play almost like a zone with Rondé and Davis staying put. This lets Terrence Davis get a really nice shot contest on Covington's three. Good work not to go for the pump fake or jump too much. And that's really cerebral basketball from the Raptors to close the quarter. Now in the fourth quarter, as Culver comes off the Towns screen, check out Serge coming over to help contain him. And as McCaw recovers, check out how big he gets so that the easy pass over the top isn't there. This gives Serge just an extra second to recover and get back over to Towns. The ball goes to the opposite side, and Keita baits Diop, tries to put it on the ground as Fred and Rondé are right there, and they're able to poke it away, and that's going to be a turnover. Here, as Towns gets the pass, Culver's going to cut up to try to get the ball, but check out the ball denial from Patrick McCaw. Just enough to throw things out of whack. Towns flubs the pass, and Norm is able to pick it up, taking it to the tin against 2 defenders. Doesn't get the layup, but Patrick McCaw with the great hustle, not giving up on the play, gets the putback, and that's how you turn your D into offense. Here, the Wolves run Wiggins off a double screen, and Fred VanVleet comes over with a nice help, great hands, strips it away. Norm able to pick it up, and he's going to go all the way to the other end and finish with the tough reverse. Great finish by Norm, and great work by Fred to start that fast break. Now the Raptors in a zone. You see Jeng pick up the offensive board. That's one of the perils of being in a zone. The Wolves work it to the other side, trying to get it to Wiggins in the post, and McCaw just anticipates this pass perfectly. A crafty steal there. And now as Serge Ibaka gets switched onto Wiggins, he does a nice job of moving his feet and staying with him on the drive. Jeng is able to come up with the offensive board again, but the Raptors absolutely swarm him, and Patrick McCaw with a huge strip. The Raps are going to push it down to the other end, and in transition, the Wolves wind up with Napier on Serge. Here you can see Norm telling him to come to the ball, and at the same time, Covington and Napier are going to switch off ball to try to fix that mismatch a little bit, but Serge is artfully able to seal Covington above him. That gives Norm room to throw a really nice bounce pass on the inside, and that's going to be a bucket for Serge. Nice play. And now McCaw rotates from the opposite side of the lane with the huge block on Jeng. Norm hands it off to Fred, and he goes down to the other end, springs up for the three, absolutely drains it, and that's going to be the ball game. The Raptors get another win to go to 28-14. With the Celtics losing, the Raptors are now the 3 seed in the East, and fully healthy, this is a dangerous team. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and let me know what you thought of the Raptors defense in the comments.